From almost being undrafted to an NBA star.
I just want team to fall in love with me, and that's my plan, and I'm gonna just go all out.
This season, I won't lie, the 2016-17 season has been one of the best seasons in terms of Isaiah Thomas's game. Isaiah has really been one of my favourite players to watch. I mean, let's be real, a man that drops 52 points in a game is pretty impressive. How about a man who was 4th in the league in points per game? How about a man who's leading one of the most historic teams to the 3rd seed? How about a man who is about to be a 2-time All-Star? And what if I told you he was having one of the most historic seasons in recent NBA history? And oh yeah, what if I told you he was doing all this at his height of 5'9"? Yeah, he's the smallest player in the NBA, and he's one of the league's best. He's a fan favourite, and this is why I'm here, to tell you a story about Isaiah Thomas. Oh wait, and one more thing. He was almost undrafted. He was the last pick in the 2011 NBA draft. The last pick. This dude was almost undrafted. Wow. Once again, I just want to quickly thank you guys for the ongoing support. I mean, 170,000 subscribers is just something I never thought I'd reach. And all the likes, like when you guys leave a like, it just motivates me so much. So thank you for dropping likes and comments down below in the comment section. It really does just make me so motivated to keep pushing out videos. So yeah. So anyway, here's the story about Isaiah Thomas, the man that was almost undrafted to an NBA star. You've heard it before, but I'll say it again. Isaiah Thomas has been overlooked, and he continues to be overlooked. Not in the sense of NBA teams, because we all know he's found his home in Boston, but in terms of support and fans. At times, he's also a little bit underrated, and to be honest with you, I've been a huge contributor to that. Call me a bandwagoner or whatever name you want, but I'll be the first to admit, I've changed my whole perspective on Isaiah Thomas. I always thought that he was one of those point guards, a great 6th man, but a guy that couldn't really be a starter, let alone be the face of a team, let alone be the face of probably the most historic team in the NBA. He's not only surprised myself, but he's surprised a lot of people. See, I was one of those guys who really had the mindset of short players can't dominate a game like big men can, or taller players at their position, which is obviously crazy, and maybe it's a little bit ignorant to say that considering I've watched players like Chris Paul dominate a game. I know what Allen Iverson did on the court, and for those that know me personally, I'm a point guard in real life, and I'm undersized in most games, so in a way, it's almost me thinking in an uneducated way, yet I know what short players can do on the court with a great mindset and skill set. The thing is, it was people like me that Isaiah Thomas didn't really give a shit about, because, to put it bluntly, he had been overlooked his entire career, and even before his time in the NBA. Heading into the 2011 NBA draft, Thomas was named first team All-Pac-10. Not once, but twice, but that didn't lead teams to want to select him, even though he proved he was clutch as hell by scoring 28 points and hitting a game-winner buzzer beater in overtime to lead the Huskies to a victory over Arizona in the championship game of the Pac-10 tournament.
He's going to do it himself. Thomas, shake, crossover, step back. At the buzzer, Young, safe, and Washington wins it on a last-second J. Cold-blooded.
But hey, that didn't matter. Teams didn't care. They didn't care how good Isaiah Thomas was, yet they knew how much talent he had. Because what would a 5'9" guy do in a league like the NBA? Well, let's just say that they were all wrong. One team had faith in him, and I say some faith in a gritty type of way, considering they picked him with the last pick in the NBA draft. Not the last pick of the first round, the last pick in the entire NBA draft. In fact, put it this way, had Sacramento not drafted Isaiah Thomas with the 60th overall pick, he would have been undrafted. Just think about that for a second. Now, throughout his time with the Kings, it was up and down. I mean, he impressed them as he would be named to the All-Rookie second team and finished 7th in NBA Rookie of the Year voting that year, once again, as the last pick in the NBA draft, but they obviously didn't care what he brought to the table, even though it was right there in front of them. He was averaging 20 points and 6 assists, and he only started 54 out of the 72 games he played in. But the Kings were like, nah, no talent here, just a midget dropping buckets on people. Anyway, Isaiah didn't want to be known as someone who had talent, but instead, someone who had heart and determination. Do you want to know why I say they didn't really care about him? Well, It's because they traded him. They didn't just trade him for an average player. They traded him to the Phoenix Suns in a sign and trade deal, which sent Alex Oriaki to the Kings. Alex Oriaki has never played a game in the NBA. I don't care if they thought he'd have talent heading into the NBA. It doesn't matter. Alex Oriaki hasn't played one NBA game. They traded Isaiah Thomas for him. Anyway, it was clear that Sacramento didn't want him, even though he was averaging 20 points and 6 assists. But in a way, neither did the team that actually got him. I mean, yeah, I guess in a way the Phoenix Suns wanted him, but they already had point guards. They already had Bledsoe and Goran Dragic, and now they had Isaiah Thomas, 3 point guards that all wanted to start. Now, at least the Suns did do something right. They had more faith than the Kings did. They signed him to a 4-year contract worth $27 million. A steal looking back now. Anyway, like I said, the 3 point guards didn't enjoy playing together, as, they all wanted to be starters. Although Thomas was fairly certain that the Suns were going to move publicly disgruntled Goran Dragic, Thomas still phoned his agent to check in as the clock ticked down towards 3 PM of the trade deadline. On the Suns' bus, word arrived that Dragic had been dealt to the Miami Heat, and Thomas recalls a sense of relief washing over the bus, as players were excited that the backcourt logjam might ease now. But then just 7 minutes later, Thomas was told by Wright, who had been traded from Boston to Phoenix 1 month earlier, he stood up and announced, "IT, you just got traded." Thomas thought it was a joke. They just traded Dragic, but then a Phoenix coach climbed onto the bus a couple minutes later and confirmed the news. Now that's just crazy. But you want to know what's even more crazy? All the Suns got in return for Isaiah Thomas was veteran guard Marcus Thornton and a 2016 first round pick, which was Cleveland's pick. That became the number 28th pick that year. So pretty much they got Marcus Thornton for Isaiah Thomas. And people say that Isaiah Thomas hasn't been slept on. Come on now, Alex Oriaki and Marcus Thornton? That is bad. This wasn't bad for Isaiah though. Finally a place with no issues. The fans loved him. The players let him be him. The coach let him do what he needed to do. And Isaiah has shown the world why you should never underestimate a small guy. You can't even say that teams wanted him because he slipped to the last pick. Any team in the NBA can trade for the last overall pick in the NBA draft. But now, he's an all-star. In fact, he's probably going to become a 2-time all-star. He's leading the Celtics to the playoffs, let alone the 3rd seed in the East, and he's 5th in scoring, averaging more points than LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler, Damian Lillard, Stephen Curry, Kyrie Irving. Oh wait, and did I mention he's 5'9" and almost undrafted? Crazy, huh? I'll tell you something else that's crazy, and I'm not comparing these players, but Kyrie Irving, the first pick of the 2011 NBA draft, is averaging 24.3 points per game. Isaiah Thomas, the last pick of the 2011 NBA draft, is averaging 28 points per game. Just think about that for a second. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about, and this is something that I saw the other day, this is why Allen Iverson is in the thumbnail. It's because I don't think you realize, number one, how historically good of a season Isaiah Thomas is having, and number two, how much heart he's playing with. Just look at these stats. In every statistical category shown in this chart, Isaiah Thomas is better. Now, I'm not comparing Allen Iverson and Isaiah Thomas, but this chart is comparing them at age 27, so take that as you will. But I'm just stating the facts. He's an amazing player that people are sleeping on. He's an all-star, and he's definitely a leader of arguably the most historic team of all time. Give the man his props. I made a video last year about why there will never be another Allen Iverson, but if we could compare someone to him, who would it be? And I came to the conclusion of Kyrie Irving, who I still think shares some similarities, but this guy Isaiah Thomas could also make his case. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Like I said in this video, he's gone from almost being undrafted to now being in MVP discussions, as he's 7th in the MVP race at the moment. That's just crazy. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, it would mean the world to me if you could hit that subscribe button. You guys have been showing a lot of support recently, and I thank all of you new subscribers for obviously subscribing. But if you're new, definitely hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this, and comment down below what other videos that you'd like me to make. If you guys enjoyed the video, also be sure to leave a like. That would be awesome. Let's try and aim for 4,000 likes. I don't know if we can do that, but that would be amazing if we could hit it. And I'll catch you guys in my next video.